Hello everyone!
Hello everyone!
Hello and welcome to...
Episode number 5.
Gosh, is it episode 5 already?
I know, the weeks are flying by, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, aren't they? Wow, no pressure then.
No pressure.
We don't believe in pressure.
No.
We don't believe in pressure.
Doesn't do anybody any good.
It doesn't do anyone any good, and it's kind of like overthinking, isn't it? It just gets you into a place of anxiousness, really.
Yeah.
Are we anxious?
No.
No, we're not anxious at all.
No, not at all.
What have we got?
So-
Kind of leads me into what this week's all about then.
Well, we've decided this week to have a slight change.
Done a detour.
Because we thought it would be a really good idea to share with you a little bit more about mindfulness and meditation and the differences between a mindfulness meditation and a spiritual meditation.
So from a spiritual point of view, where I work from, getting into the place where you actually really connect with your inner self, which is so helpful to us all, especially at times like this. And for you, mindfulness.
And the mindfulness
with the brain, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's about us understanding more about our human side, the way the human brain works, and to be able to settle and calm that down. So, and that's really important to be able to do that, especially if you're then wanting to experience and move into the spiritual side, to be able to have that mindfulness, that calmness in the mind before you go into your spiritual meditation.
Letting it all just go. So it's kind of, we're looking at the brain from the mindfulness point of view, and how working with the brain and letting go of overthinking and getting into the right place can really tap into your inner self. And then we're going to go into the meditation side, where we go into yourself and really connect from there as well. So all in all, it's going to be a great episode.
Yeah.
It is. So mindfulness, Matt. So for anyone that's like, because we've all heard about mindfulness, and I've got my head around it, and I understand it's like the mechanics of the brain and overthinking, but actually it's so much more than that, isn't it?
It is, and it can become very complex if we allow it to be.
The brain is complex.
It is very complex, and we overcomplicate everything with our overthinking. And so mindfulness is being literally, it's like mindful, as in your mind being full of all kinds of stuff, against being mindful, which is being aware of your mind, clearing your mind, and allowing yourself to just be. Because we spend too much time as humans doing instead of being, and we're actually called human beings, not humans doings. So mindfulness is more about our awareness of what is going on in our mind, and just learning how to allow that and give it permission to settle, so that we become in control of our emotions, our responses, and everything that comes with that. So decision making. And
so it's not about just hitting the delete button and putting it in your virtual...
No, because it doesn't work, because when you try to hit the delete, or you try to block it, you're just putting it somewhere, and it's still there nagging at you. But when you accept it, become aware of it, and allow it to be there, and allow it to move on, then you truly let go of it. And that's where the real power of mindfulness comes in. And I've seen it changing people's lives, the perspective, and
we've seen a lot of people's
perception.
lives change from it all, haven't we?
Yeah.
So from what I do with my meditation, which is on a spiritual level, well, yours is in a way as well, but because I go so deep into it on a spiritual level, I get how that really can help me and settle my mind and put me in a place where I feel so much more at peace when I'm riding and being around the horses. So how, from a mindfulness point of view, does that actually help people at home that are watching, people that you go to with their work with the horses and their riding, by having that mindfulness understanding?
Because it enables you to always come from the same place.
Right.
When you get to your horse, you're in a non-emotional state. You are actually in a place of being at peace and at calm, which means what you're projecting out from your human side is a completely different place. So you're never going to approach your horse and have them be like, "Whoa, what's going on with you today?" And it can be achieved very simply. 5-10 minutes sitting in the car doing a mindfulness meditation, and just allowing yourself to become aware so much more of your thinking at that point, and to allow it to drop. Because you kind of have a decision to make. It's either I've got an hour and I've got to muck out and ride, so I'm going to go into manic mode and it not be a nice, pleasant experience, or I'm just going to get on with it, but being calm and just accept what is as I go along. And you and your horse will both have a much better experience.
Wonderful. And it's like at the moment with lockdown, we have a lot of time. But then I've noticed recently, and even myself, we start filling it with so much that actually then we start to believe we don't have the time. And you know, when I speak to students about taking the time for meditation, it's so important. And 10, 15 minutes, even a day, what's that? As long as brushing your teeth and nipping to the toilet a couple of times. I mean, come on, it's nothing, is it? It just to 15 minutes a day to just ground yourself and get into a place where your brain and your inner soul are connected without any overthinking. It's really, really interesting, man. Now, I know, sorry, yeah.
I was just going to ask you then, so for people that I work with and for myself, the more mindful I become, the more automatic like that I can flick into being in that calm, clear mind space.
I've seen that with you, so yeah, I completely get that.
So where does, and your meditation, the spiritual meditation, takes everybody to a completely different level, which I've experienced, and it is, for me, it's the most wonderful kind of, it's like mind-blowing, and it's like I'm kind of gobsmacked and surprised and amazed every time, yet there's no part of me that doubts it or expects anything else, but it's still every single time I'm like, wow, what a different journey I've been on, and how much more I've connected with myself. So moving on from getting to that place with mindfulness of clearing the mind from its daily subconscious
clutter,
thinking and rubbish, exactly. How does the spiritual meditation kind of move you? How does that connect people that little bit further? What happens in that meditation that's so different?
It is very similar, because the ultimate goal through any kind of meditation is to center ourselves and let go of baggage, so that we're in a place where we just connect to who we truly are. I look at it like a curtain, and you pull back the curtains and reveal the sunlight through the curtains. It's like, that's what I talk about, that's what we connect with. It's like the curtains are almost like a bit like what you've talked about. It's your overthinking, it's all your baggage and your problems and your situations that just do not seem to give you the opportunity to just be at one with yourself. So we open the curtains, we see the light, there's the reality of everything, and we connect. We just connect. We connect through an understanding of when everything in our busy lives just becomes still. That's when the greatest things happen. Like when we go to bed at night and sleep, yes, a lot of people have so much going on in their heads all the time, and they end up having dreams, very vivid dreams, nightmares, whatever. It's kind of like that, but because you're consciously aware of being in the meditation instead of it being more subconsciously, you, through meditation, the meditation I do, we click the switch through meditation to go to our subconscious from our conscious. So we are always still in control. There's always a connection between consciousness and subconsciousness. So we can always guide the meditation, keep it on track, and keep it moving back to what it's all about, which is the core of us, energy. Yeah.
And so with that, obviously it's like, I guess, the mindfulness meditation I will do with people takes us to a place of calm, but doesn't necessarily take us on a journey as such.
Right, okay.
Whereas what I experienced through the spiritual meditations is I've very much gone on a journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what could people expect, or sort of understand a little bit more about what that journey would entail for somebody?
Well, the journey is simply where each individual person would like to go. If it's a guided meditation where I work with people, then I will choose where we're going to go.
Yeah.
But always giving everybody their space to go out there in their imagination and basically meet themselves in a beautiful place.
Okay.
For everybody else that we don't work with but wants to have a go at meditation, it's purely down to them. We have such a wonderful brain of creativity and imagination. You can go anywhere in meditation, anywhere that's beautiful. It's almost like when we talk about our heaven, what we imagine heaven to be. I firmly believe from a spiritual point of view, what we perceive as what heaven could be and how wonderful it could be, heaven is in our imagination, and therefore it becomes real. It's just opening the curtains. So there's so much people can do with meditation. You can choose where you want to go and you just go on a journey. You can imagine being in a field and sitting under a beautiful tree and just being at one with yourself, and imagining breathing in that fresh air and just allowing everything to go, dissipate away, so that you're just visualizing yourself under a tree, and then allowing wonderful things to come into your mind and acknowledging them. And acknowledging them. So it is different, because you're kind of talking about what in mindfulness about what's real and what isn't, and same with me about letting go of baggage. But in meditation, I'm very much encouraging people from a spiritual point of view, when they're in a wonderful place in their mind, and they're all chilled, to actually encourage thoughts and feelings to come in and kind of look at them and investigate them.
But from a different place of it being overthinking having gone on. So it's
not about baggage. It's about clearing the clutter
reality
out, and then being in that place so that what comes in isn't baggage coming back in.
Yeah.
Okay? And I guess that's what works so wonderfully with what we do, because getting somebody into that place from a mindfulness point of view first, and then coming into meditation, and you see it all the time, mindfulness meditation, it works.
Yeah, certainly does.
This week, we've decided to make this a little bit more interactive with you all at home, haven't we?
We have, indeed.
We have, and we've decided that what we thought would be wonderful to do, instead of just talking about it, is to actually invite you all to 2 sessions. One on mindfulness with Matt, and one with me with meditation. So it's something that you can come back to in this episode. It's something where you could pause it in a few minutes, prepare yourself, and then join us in 2 wonderful experiences that I really feel will help all of you at this time.
Very much.
So we're going to look at mindfulness first, aren't we?
We are.
So shall we show them the video that you recorded that just explains a little bit more about mindfulness?
Yeah.
And then I know that you're also going to do a session with everybody.
We are indeed.
I'm really excited about this.
Indeed.
Okay, let's take a look.
So what is mindfulness? And it can mean many things to many different people. But essentially mindfulness is about us becoming really aware of what is going on in our mind, and being able to allow it to drop, allow it to dissipate and leave us in peace, and allow us to be in that moment rather than in the what ifs and the woulda, shoulda, couldas, and all the different stuff that comes into our mind, cluttering it up. And that's where you have that balance between having a full mind and being mindful. Because when you've got a full mind, you're unable to see what is ahead and what is actually in front of you. When you're mindful, you take into account everything that's around you, you see it very, very clearly. And so wanting to be in that place when we're with our horses or with our family or just simply on our own, so that we're at peace instead of being sat there with our thinking going on and on and on, creating us to have a whole host of emotions. To become mindful and do a mindful meditation, especially when you've arrived at the yard or you're about to get on and ride, whatever the situation is that creates so much overthinking for you, to be able to do a simple, short mindfulness meditation will really help put you into a place where that can be a much more pleasant and relaxing experience. Okay, so let's do a mindfulness meditation and start to put into practice some of the stuff that I've been talking about with you, and really starting to allow that to make a change for you and an observation. So if you just make sure that you're sat comfortably and you've got a little bit of peace and quiet around you. Even if you can't have peace and quiet though, as long as you don't have to be getting up and down, you can do this, even with chaos going on around you. So just take a moment to find that place to sit comfortably and to be able to just take a moment. Now, so many people that I talk to about this and I work with going through this find this quite difficult, and we come up with lots and lots of excuses why we can't do it. And usually it's because my mind's going racing, it wanders off here, it wanders off there. And this is exactly why we do this, because the more we practice it, the more we're able to take control of what our mind is doing. So whilst you're sat there, just allow yourself to focus on your breathing and notice how fast your breathing is. Just become really aware of what is happening on each breath in and each breath out. And it may feel like you've got thoughts coming in that want you to rush and, I need to hurry up and get my breathing to this place. None of that's true. None of that matters. Take your time. Just breathe in and breathe out. And every time you breathe in, just imagine that calm relaxation. And when you breathe out, imagine all those thoughts, all those fears, all the daily stresses just disappearing. And when you breathe in, take in the calmness, relaxation, imagining that place that you want your mind to be. And then as you breathe out, allow all of those thoughts, those stresses, those worries of the day to go away. And keep focusing on your breathing. You'll be aware of noises happening around you. You'll be aware of different sensations in different parts of your body. And that's okay. All of it is okay. Your mind may start to drift off onto what you've got to cook for dinner, what's happening next, is it time to get the kids to bed, all kinds of different things. Avoid being hard on yourself about that. It's okay. Just gently remind yourself to come back to your breathing, and that's all you need to focus on right now is your breathing. Everything else is okay, and everything can wait for a few minutes. Just completely allow yourself to focus on your breathing. And just notice how calm your body starts to feel. Notice what drops away. And when that mind starts to wander again, just remind yourself, can we just focus on the breathing? Notice how the thoughts start to slow a little bit and settle a little bit. Even when they come charging back in to try and take you off course, just remind yourself again, be kind to yourself. This is no test. It means nothing about you if you're struggling to get into that place or the thinking keeps coming in. It simply means the thinking's still coming in, and that's all. So be kind to yourself. No pressure whatsoever. no chastising, simply, okay, I appreciate the thoughts coming in about all the different things that might be having to happen in my life today, and for this moment right now, I'm going to concentrate purely on my breathing. And as you do that, you start to find that place that is a little bit calmer, and your body starts to sink into the settee or into the chair, and you almost feel a little bit heavier physically. And your breathing starts to become a little bit slower and a little bit calmer. And when you're in that place of clearness, you can start to think about, allow yourself to imagine being in that place with your horse, for instance, where you're about to ride, or you're about to do something with your horse that would normally create lots of overthinking or anxiety. Whilst you're in this place concentrating on the breathing and everything just ebbing away to relaxation, have a moment focusing on that moment with your horse, with the feelings you've got. Notice that the feelings come in connected to doing that activity. But also notice you're currently not in that activity. Remind yourself you're not in that activity. You're sat in a safe place with that relaxed, calm feeling in your body with a clear mind. And allow yourself permission to feel that way in those situations that you're visualizing now, whether it's about to get on to ride in the school, whether it's about to go for a hack, bring your horse in from the field, brush their tail, pick their feet out. Any of those situations, just give yourself permission to feel, as you do in this moment, that calm, relaxed, allow the mind to be free from thinking. Give yourself permission to stay in that calm place. And just sit with that for a few moments. Allow yourself, every time that mind wanders, every time a thought comes in, simply acknowledge its existence, give it permission to move away, and allow yourself permission to focus on your breathing and your calmness. And just sit with that for a few minutes. Every now and then, check in. Check in on the breathing. Check in on the calmness in your mind. No matter what's going on around you, all of that is irrelevant. You can be in your calm stillness in amongst mayhem going on around you. It may take practice and time. And when you found that place and you stayed there for a little while, you have complete control over whether you stay there for a long period of time or you decide to come back round from that. As you start to come back round and you start to feel ready to come back out of that place, again just notice your breathing and allow yourself to be aware of what's going on around you again, but staying centered, staying in that really calm space in your head. The thoughts dissipated away, but allowing yourself to come back into the room or back into the area that you are with the people around you, allowing yourself to become present again. And as you come back into that, taking your time, allowing yourself to open your eyes again, to move your fingers, to move your feet, maybe give your body a bit of a shake off. And just a few deep breaths as you come out and you become conscious again, in the here and now, with the awareness of how clear your mind is feeling. Now that was a very short journey, a short experience of a mindfulness meditation where you can use that at any moment in your day. Even if you're at work full time, you'll have a lunch break or a tea break. You can go and sit yourself in your car and just do 5 or 10 minutes. But most definitely when you're arriving at the stables, when you're facing fears with your horse that your mind wants you to believe you've got, take a few minutes. The power of doing a mindfulness meditation before you go and approach your horse, before you get into the yard, is going to give you so much more clarity and a much, much better relationship with you and your horse.
That's really, really interesting.
That was cool. It was a different experience to be sort of putting that out there in that way rather than in a private group.
Yeah. Well, it's so interesting. It's something that people can actually do now at home.
Yeah. Have a little go at.
Yeah.
It's all about experiencing it and sort of dipping your toe in the water a bit, really. And
I really liked it. I really liked the whole watching that video. For me, it really is, isn't it? Just about getting out of overthinking and just clearing the clutter.
Massively.
Yeah.
That is kind of the crux of it all. It's just about getting out of our own head. Because we spend so much time in our own head on this sort of wheel running round and round and round and round and round of what if this and that should be this and that should be that, all the time about what should be instead of what is. And to be able to practice through that meditation being in that moment of okayness, the more you practice it, the more you feel it, the more you're able to stay in that place for a little bit longer, and eventually you start to be able to spend most of your day in that place.
What, of feeling and not thinking?
Yeah, of just being in each and every single moment, because that's all any of us have got. That's all any of us are in. We can spend our entire day in this evening when it's the morning, so therefore we miss the morning.
Yeah, and you hear it all the time.
Yeah.
Day's gone before you know it, guys. You've got to make the
Absolutely.
most of every day and be in the best place possible.
Absolutely.
And from listening and watching that video, I guess because we're together, I kind of watch what you do a lot and understand your whole Think, Feel, Ride program. But it kind of makes sense that going through that process with the mindfulness techniques and that meditation that you did really puts you in the best place for riding, doesn't it? Because then what you're actually, because then you're not thinking, or it's that whole thing about the Think, Feel, Ride, isn't it? It's the thinking. Can you explain that a little bit more? Because I know you're going to do more about that in next week's episode, aren't you? How we move on to that.
Yeah, absolutely. The Think, Feel, Ride, it sort of came to me as I was on my journey of understanding the human mind, what was going on with my mind, and why I spent so much time in overthinking.
Absolutely.
And worrying about things that weren't
Don't
even
matter.
real or didn't matter. And so when I
flick them off your shoulder.
Yeah, exactly. Get off. It's
It
like
wasn't there.
when I realised that my thoughts and feelings were so connected, and therefore while I spent so much time in thinking, I spent so much time in the feelings of those thoughts that were nothing to do with my present moment. So therefore I wasn't living reality.
Which is very similar to what we showed last week with all the little moments with the ukulele, where we get into that overthinking with the horses and create a whole story, fabrication of something that could happen, or well, not even could, we believe is going to happen.
Yeah.
So doing this, doing the mindfulness really is going to get people in such a great place.
It's an amazing start point to being able to be in that place where you actually enjoy every moment and every experience.
Whether it be with horses, jet skiing, rock climbing,
relationships,
paragliding,
being with the children, driving on the motorway, driving somewhere on your own. I remember a few years
Those perilous things.
Well, I remember a few years ago, a client who became a good friend, and still is, started coming for lessons with me on my schoolmasters that I had at the time.
Yeah.
And what I was unaware of when she first came, because her husband used to bring her over, or a friend used to bring her over, was I was unaware that the reason always somebody came with her is that she didn't have the confidence to drive herself over. It was about a 40-minute drive. And it was only about 4 weeks later she came down on her own, and she was really excited this day. And I says, "You all right?" She says, I've done it. I said, "What do you mean you've done it?" She said, "I drove here on my own." And I was like, "Yeah."
There's been a few of those instances, Matt.
Oh, with the driving the horse boxes.
Yeah, the couple that came on one of the Perfect Partnership retreats last year.
2 couples on the same retreat.
She didn't drive the lorry, but she drove it home.
Yeah. And the other, she didn't drive the trailer, but she drove it home.
Yeah.
And it was interesting that moment, because something that for me, I never give any thinking. I'll drive anywhere around the world and I'm okay with it. I might get a bit nervous. First time I drove through Europe with a 26-ton lorry and 14 horses. I was a bit apprehensive, but I just do it because I love the experience.
Yeah, but if you hadn't been in that place, in that mindset, and the understanding of mindfulness, that would have been could have been a completely different story.
Without a doubt. And I guess because that isn't, and this is the thing, we don't always connect with other people's worries if it's not something we have.
Yeah.
So when it was Vicky, hi Vicky if you're watching, when Vicky came down and said, "Wow, I've actually managed to drive her on my own today," and that for her in her life was a major step out of the comfort zone that then became the comfort zone, was like, wow, there's so much more to mindfulness and understanding our thoughts and everything. And at the time, I was very much relating it purely to riding, so that we could get more out of that experience. And I hadn't realised how that filtered out through people's lives.
Life in general.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it kind of started with it from the point of view of working with people with the confidence with the horses.
Very much, yeah.
But it's kind of now you can see the benefits of it. I can see the benefits of it, and I hope you can at home, of how it can help you in everything in life. Going to the dentist.
Going to the dentist, which I had to do first week of lockdown.
Oh, actually, you had
2
of them.
2 out, and
doing anything. We're talking about anything that you could.
Anything that for you your thinking's making you believe you're unable to do or is difficult for you. When we start to practice mindfulness and understanding and awareness, and there's so many more layers and levels to the whole process,
which I hope we'll explore over time.
Which we will.
And I guess if people get in touch with you, they'll have that opportunity to explore further, because that is just a snapshot of it.
It's a tiny snapshot, and obviously we're relating it to the horses because that's a massive passion of ours. But it isn't that sort of, oh well, if I haven't got a horse or I haven't got problems, so to speak, with my horse area, that I won't work with them or can't help them, whatever, it doesn't matter. The principle is there and is effective and true to every area of our lives.
You're a life coach, so it stems into every part of life.
Absolutely.
It's amazing, mate. It really is. And like you've always said, there's a saying that you said, behind your greatest or what's that? I love it.
Just the other side of your greatest fear is your greatest happiness.
That says a lot.
And it's so true.
That was brilliant.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm excited now to be able to share with everybody
a snapshot
of another type of meditation, the spiritual meditation that you do, and I'm very fortunate to be able to experience that on such a regular basis.
Yeah. Well, I hope it's beneficial to everybody at home.
I'm sure it will be.
So what I'd say about this is take a little bit of time now, maybe pause the program, go and get yourself some water or take a few minutes out, so that when you come back and press play, I will go into some breathing exercises as I take you into a full 15-minute meditation of how I do my meditation. It's going to be really, really interesting for you, and I'd love to hear your feedback, messages, and let us know how you found everything with both sessions. But yeah, join me in a spiritual meditation. Enjoy. Welcome to a session of spiritual meditation. This is the meditation that works so well for me and for so many people that I work with connecting to the inner self, to the inner core of who we are. It's all about letting go of baggage, letting go of everything, so that you can be at one with yourself. Now, first of all, find somewhere really comfortable to sit. Maybe on the floor like me, maybe in a chair, some cushions, a duvet, anything that just makes you feel comfortable. So find something to make you comfortable. Okay. So when you're comfortable, I'd like you to sit. I'd like you to close your eyes, and I invite you on a journey of meditation, of spirituality. To start with, I'd like you to concentrate on your breathing, in and out, deep breaths. And there, in your mind, imagine a light. It may be small, may be more ignited. Just a flicker perhaps in the distance. And with every breath in, exhale in and breathe in the light. Encouraging the light to grow with every breath in. And with every breath out, breathe out all the negativity, all the baggage in your lives. Breathing in the light, breathing out the negativity, the problems, your baggage that we all have as humans. Breathing in and breathing out. And keep that going for a few moments, just concentrating on your breathing and nothing more, and that flicker of light in your head, breathing it in and igniting it. Whilst you're breathing, I would like you to think about your feet. And I would like you to imagine and feel the release in your feet as you loosen off and feel relaxation through your toes, through the soles of your feet, the heels of your feet, and up into your ankles. Give them a shake and just let off that pent-up energy. Working your way up your calves and into your knees. Feeling the relaxation through your feet, your ankles, your calves and your knees, while still breathing in and out, letting go of negativity, baggage, and breathing in the light. Start to feel the calmness and sensations in your feet and your legs as your body starts to relax. Working up from the knees into your thighs and to your pelvis area. Just letting it go. feels good, doesn't it? And now allowing that energy to be released as it moves up through your tummy, into your torso, and into your chest. Like water, a tide just gently coming in over your body and then just drawing back out, cleansing your body, re-energizing your body with pure relaxation. And now I would like you to concentrate onto your shoulders and down your arms to your elbows, into your lower arms and into your hands. And just give your fingers a wiggle to just let go of any pent-up energy in your hands. Really feels good. You're starting to become one with your body. And now bring your attention to your collarbone and move up into your neck, into your jaw, and just move your jaw about, opening and closing your mouth. And maybe you'll give yourself a really big yawn and release. Feels good. Moving your neck around and your head, along your shoulders and round, being aware of all the creaks and tightness that's held there in your neck and shoulders. Bring your concentration to your lips, your nose, your eyes, your ears, and your brow. Breathing in the light, breathing out all that has never served you well. Becoming one with your body and spirit. And now invite you to take a journey with me to a beautiful place. You're sitting in a beautiful opening glade of a forest. The trees surround you and the beautiful blue sky and sunlight shimmers through the leaves of the trees, illuminating your body. You are safe, you are well, and all is good. And there you sit, motionless, absorbing in the pure light that surrounds you and this beautiful feeling of simply letting go in the forest, surrounded by the beautiful trees, illuminated by the sunlight. Breathe in the fresh air, feel the fresh air, the senses of the sweet smells of the forest. It's beautiful. And as you're sitting there, you become aware of a small wooden gate just in your eyesight to the left. I invite you to stand up and walk towards the wooden gate. There you go, step by step, across the forest floor of moss and grass and leaves beneath your feet as you step towards the wooden gate. It's a small gate, wooden, rickety and old, with a small metal catch. Place your hands on the wood, rub your hands across the wood and feel the wood, the roughness, the unevenness as your hand reaches towards the metal latch. And there, pull the catch and feel the click of the metal of the gate as it opens. Breathing in and out, step through the gate, closing it behind you. And there you are. A beautiful path awaits you, with trees on either side, sunlight shimmering through the leaves. A beautiful track, narrow but safe and so beautiful, with flowers on either side. The warmth and smell and the scents hit your senses as you take your journey, as you walk along the path. This path is your journey. This path is your truth. This is your connection to your higher self. Walking along the path, you notice on the right-hand side another wooden gate, and you feel drawn to the gate. So go to the gate. Walking up to the gate, the familiar feel of the wood just like the other gate. Reach for the catch and open the gate. Something very special is waiting for you. As you step through the gate, you close it behind you, and there you hear the ripples of a stream running underneath you as you're aware that you're just stepping onto a small old wooden bridge. It's a small bridge, but it leads to somewhere so beautiful. The water's trickling beneath you. You can see the stones and the reflections in the water, and all is well. Step over the bridge carefully until you feel your feet on the warm grass. As you open your eyes in your meditation, you see a beautiful field, a field of meadow. All is still and calm. It's like it's only ever been you. And yet you feel so safe. Breathe in, breathe out. Allow the light that you're igniting in your mind to grow and evolve. You are becoming closer, so much closer to the true you, your soul. There ahead of you is a beautiful oak tree, just there in front of you on a hill. An ancient oak tree, hundreds of years old, hundreds of years old. And you feel compelled to walk towards the tree. And up you go, up the hill, all the way to the tree. You're at the tree now. Your hands reach out and feel the trunk of this tree, the ancient tree that's been here so much longer than you have in this life. earthiness, the truth, nature and Mother Earth, so deeply rooted into the ground, just as you were, just as you can be again. You turn around and slide yourself down to the floor with your back against this beautiful, majestic, ancient tree. In stillness you sit, breathing in and breathing out the sounds around you, the smells around you, the slight rustling of the leaves of the tree. And there I invite you to sit for a few moments in stillness. There is no baggage anymore. There are no overthinking anymore. It's just you. You, as in when you were born. This is your journey. And there under the tree, allow your mind to explore thoughts and feelings that come to you now. Maybe animals, maybe people that have passed, that draw close. Don't be afraid. Embrace the feelings of the energy, the thoughts, the sensations, as you allow your mind to explore the spiritual world around you. If you feel animals or humans that have passed draw near, welcome them in. You are safe. And sit with them for a few moments. Spend time with them. All is well. If there are no animals or humans drawing close, then enjoy this moment to just simply be one with yourself and let go. This can be so incredible for you, for your health, for your body, for letting go. And now stay there. Let's stay in the moment. All is well. You are at peace. You are connected. You are breathing. Life is so beautiful. Nature is so wonderful. Mother Earth provides us with everything we could ever need. Embrace this now. If your mind wanders, then that's okay. Just be free and be at one. You are safe. Allow the emotions to move through your body. your sensations and feelings and thoughts. Any negativity, just simply breathe it out. Breathing in the light and breathing out anything that distracts you. Your soul has been waiting a long, long time to engage with you, to connect with you right now. And here you are, in this safe, beautiful place. Imagine how you would like your life to be. Feel how that would be. Visualize how that could be. Everything is possible. And stay there in this moment. And now it's time to come back. The animals and the humans around you, if you felt them, it's time just for now to acknowledge and let them go. Because part of life that I am so sure of, that you are aware of, is we have to let go so we can move on. So I invite you to move on now. Let go of all that surrounds you. Acknowledge and allow that energy of those beings and entities and feelings and emotions to circulate and still be around you. But in your conscious world, it's time to come back. Stepping up from the tree, acknowledging and thanking Mother Earth for giving you this safe place, this haven to be secure with, to spend time with yourself. It's now time to step down the hill and across the beautiful meadow as you return to the bridge. The stream is familiar. It shimmers, it shines, and inside of you, you feel different. You are at peace. You have full relaxation, and you are at one. As you step across the bridge, feel the wooden floor to the bridge as you step across it. And there you find yourself back at the wooden gate with the catch. The familiar gate. Open the catch and step through the gate, clicking it behind you. And there you are, on your path, on your journey, your familiar, beautiful path that safely takes you back to the gate that leads you to the glade with the trees and the sun. And there you are, back at your gate. Open the gate, breathe in, feel the release of what you've experienced, and step through the gate, back to where you were sitting, And there you are, sitting back, relaxed in the beautiful opening glade of this tranquil, safe forest. The sun is shining down on you, and you are, as you were before, illuminated, but different for this experience. Breathe in and breathe out, and know and remember the feelings and sensations, emotions and visions you felt during your meditation. And now I'm going to count down from 10 to 1 and bring you back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to your consciousness self. Come back into your room. Namaste. And you're back. Thank you for sharing in this experience today. I hope it brought you peace and an inner knowing to your true self. Hi everyone.
Hiya.
Hope you really enjoyed the sessions today with meditation and mindfulness. We've really enjoyed it, haven't we?
It's been a different week, hasn't it?
It's been so different, yet we stayed in for all of that when we could have been out here in the
know.
sun. So
Out
get out
here
to
in
your
the sunshine.
horses. We are.
We are, look, we're out here with
There's
the
Lexi.
horses.
There's Dora. Hiya, Dora.
And if I go this way, there's Millie. And just remember, your meditations can be out there with your horses, in the field, in the
Anywhere.
stable, anywhere you want
Anywhere
to be.
you want it to be.
Help you connect and really find that place of inner peace.
So find that place, guys, this week. Look at the episode. Come back to the meditations. It really will help you. It's helped us, hasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly has. It's been great.
It's been brilliant. We look forward to seeing you all next week.
So stay safe.
Stay safe.
Be kind to yourself and to one another.
And to your horses and your animals.
And we'll see you next week.
We will. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
She's never